Welcome back to Cooking with Tammy Live. I'm Tammy, and today I'm going to show you how to make a delicious, quick and easy recipe. But first, let me start by saying it's all about the kids. They're home with us, and guess what? We got to feed them, right? And a lot of times kids, they don't really like what we eat. Yes, especially if you have that picky eater, trust me. So with all of that being said, guys, I'm going to show you how to make two recipes out of using a ½ pound of chicken wings. Yes, we're going to be making honey barbecue wings, and we're also going to be making honey wings. Sounds absolutely tasty. Guess what? That's because it is. So without further ado, let's introduce these ingredients and get started. Alrighty, in this bowl, I have about 1.5 pounds of chicken wings, washed, cleaned. And in order to clean it, what I did was I placed it in cold water, also added some salt, scrubbed it really well, rinsed it off about 3-4 times, and I dabbed it really well. You don't want your wings to be, or any type of meat for that matter, you don't want it to be saturated with water, because guess what? Especially if you're frying it, you don't want to add water to oil, because then you're going to cause a big mess. Yes, you're going to have a splatter, and that's not cool. So I pat it dry really well. And for the seasonings, I also have, let's see, some onion powder, garlic powder, smoked paprika, as well as ground black pepper and some salt. And I also have some all-purpose flour right here, along with some oil. We're going to keep it nice and simple, but yet absolutely delicious. So first things first, guys, I'm going to take all of the seasonings and combine them. And of course, all recipe details are going to be where, guys? cookingwithtammy.recipes for full measurements and all of that cool stuff. So no worries, I got you. And we're going to add some salt. We're going to combine all of the seasonings together, and we are going to add, just drizzle the chicken with a little bit of oil, guys, not too much. I like to do the oil drizzle because it helps the seasoning to stick to the chicken even better. And I'm going to go in with my seasoning. Yep, I'm just going to add the whole thing. It's not like I'm working with seasoned oil where it's going to, you know, where it's like packed with salt, and pretty much I have to use a limited amount. Honestly, I use salt to taste, and that's what you guys should do as well. So that way your chicken or your meat is not over seasoned. And as you can see, I'm combining all of the seasonings with the chicken, because guess what, guys? We want our chicken to be nice and saucy. We want flavor with every bite. We don't want our chicken to only have seasoning from the sauce. We want the actual meat to have flavor as well. So I'm going to continue mixing, combine it really well. And that's it. Now, this bag right here, yes, it's not a brown paper bag, but it's a Ziploc bag. How many of you remember back in the days with using the paper bag? I'm pretty certain a lot of people still use the paper bag method. Add the flour to it, and you just add the chicken, and you shake it around, and you do what you gotta do. And yep, you know what? I'm just gonna use my hands to put it in this bag, because trying to figure it out the other way is not cutting it. Just add all of the pieces to the bag, because guess what? The bag is big enough, and we have enough flour in this bag anyway. Add it in there, every piece. Clean my hands, or should I say temporarily clean my hands, because I'm not through cleaning just yet. All right, zip it on up. Shake it around. Make sure everything is coated nicely. Shake it, shake it, shake it. And by the way, how is everyone doing? I know for most it's really hard because we are under some type of quarantine, whereas you can't go outside as you please. And I know for a lot of us, this is the most that we've ever been stuck in the house with our little ones. Yes, and a lot of us are being driven crazy. But anyway, guys, first piece of chicken that's coated with flour, we are going to add it to the pan. Shake it off really well, because you don't want to, you don't want excess flour. Not access, but excess. You don't know how many people I hear say access. I'm like, what? Access to the gate? What you talking about? It's excess. Access and excess. All right. Oil is bubbling, sizzling, and we are in business. And what we're going to do is we're not going to overcrowd our pan, even if we have to fry it in 2 batches. But to be honest with you, these wings are not only small, but the pan is pretty large, so I'm good. Add a couple more pieces. Trust me, when you have kids, once you put good food on the table, a lot of times, the only times they're quiet is when they're eating, first of all. But when you put good food on the table, not only do they appreciate you, but that's going to be their most quietest time. Shake it off. All right, that's the last piece that I'm going to add. I'm going to fry it in batches. I think I have about, from what I could feel, probably about 4 or 5 more pieces. And once this is done, I'm going to take it out, put it to the side, and continue frying up this right here. And guess what? I'll be right back to show you how to put everything together. And trust me, it's going to come together absolutely lovely. Continue watching, guys. All right, we are back. And as you can see, I'm literally taking the last piece of chicken out of the oil. Just allow it to drain off just a bit. And what I did was, guys, I made like a cooling rack station. I took basically a pan as well as a rack, and I placed my chicken onto the rack. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow the oil, or should I say the excess oil, to drain off onto the rack. So that way our chicken is not oily. All right. Got to preserve the little ones. And we are going to move right on to making our sauce. The first sauce that we're going to, let's be careful. Make sure, by the way, when you're dealing with oil, the little ones are out of the way totally. We don't want any accidents. We are going to make our sauce. Yes. So to this pan, what I'm going to do is, guys, I'm going to add some butter. And by the way, I have 22 pieces of chicken, so I'm going to split it because I'm making 2 recipes. So I'm going to do 11 of each. And our butter is melted. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the barbecue sauce. And the amount of sauce added is totally up to you. Because guess what? Everybody prefers a different amount of sauce. Some people like it, some people like a little bit of sauce, and some people like it to be extra saucy. So with all of that being said, add as much as your heart desires. I mean, and for the most part, if you have extra, what you can do is you get a little bowl, or should I say a little ramekin, put that extra sauce in there, and you just basically dip as you go, right? No complaints. Trust me, these little ones, they're going to be so happy with this recipe, guys. After all, they deserve the best. I know my kids, oh my God. It's been a little crazy, but nevertheless, we're making it work. We are making it work. I have kids at all different, or should I say I have kids of all different ages. Yes, 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 yes. I have a 19-year-old who is down from college because his semester was canceled really early, obviously because of the situation. What we're going to do is, guys, as you can see, I'm squeezing that honey in here. Add as much as you want. If you want your wings to be sticky, add a little bit more honey. However, don't add too much because you don't want it to be too sweet. Yeah, so like I was saying, he's down from college and he's homeschooling as well. And my 2 middle ones, or should I say the 2 younger kids, one is going to be 10. And of course, he's home from school. And my daughter, she is going to be 8 during the end of the year, towards the end of the year. And she is in love with her teacher. She loves her teacher. She loves school, by the way. She just loves school. As you can see, guys, we have the bubble action taking place and our sauce is getting nice and sticky. Yes, and that's what we're aiming for. I'm getting all excited. I love to cook, guys, honestly. So she's sad, and I know most kids, they're sad because, they get accustomed to being around their teachers. And, they have like that student-teacher relationship. So, of course, they're going to miss their teacher. It's so crazy how everything, how everything transpired. So crazy. One minute you're in school, next minute you're being told, guess what? Stay home. Don't come back until further notice. All right, our sauce is nice and sticky. We have like a ton of bubbles. That's the indication right there that we need. What we're going to do is, like I said, we're going to split the recipe in half. So we're going to add 11 pieces of chicken. We have 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on, kids, count with me. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I was going to like literally toss it. But for the most part, since they made the, I don't want to toss it and make a mess. And also I want you guys to practice safety measures. So we're just gonna use a spatula to combine the chicken with the honey barbecue sauce. And we are gonna make sure every piece is coated. And all right, we are done. And we are gonna set this on the side. And making a mess. It's all right, it's all good. Place it right here. And for the next recipe, we're gonna do honey wings, guys. Honey wings, here we come. Get this skillet going. And to this pan, we are going to add our butter. And we are gonna melt this butter once again. Melt it down, let's go. Yeah, you know, to be honest with you, it's kind of tough to juggle working from home and having to homeschool at the same time. So a big shout out goes out to all of the educators, you know, obviously teachers, professors, and counselors, and so on and so forth. Because imagine most of us have between like 1 to maybe 5 kids. And imagine teachers, they have to deal with literally 20 or more kids. And sometimes it's hard for us dealing with that little bit of, you know, the small amount of kids that we have. And imagine having to deal with so many kids with so many different personalities. How crazy is that, right? So big shout out to all of the educators. All right, we are going to add our honey to the melted butter, guys. We are going to add this honey, and we are going to have sticky honey wings. Combine the butter with the honey so that way you have that nice creamy buttery flavored taste to the honey. And we are going to stir it really good. Combine the butter with the honey. And once again, the sauces is all about that judgment. You don't really need measurements for the sauces because you're going to add the desired amount that you prefer. Now, if you want to take this sauce up an extra notch, and let's say you want to do hot honey wings, all you have to do is add a little cayenne pepper or a little hot sauce. And guess what? You have hot honey wings. Yes, it's that simple. All right, we're going to turn it off, and we are going to add our chicken pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we are going to coat our chicken pieces with the honey sauce. And guess what? We are done. It took us approximately, about 10 minutes to prepare our chicken. And I use ingredients that I know most of us already have in the kitchen because obviously, like I said, we're in quarantine. We're not running up and down the street, right? So I know most of us, we have salt, we have ground black pepper, we have onion powder, garlic powder, smoked paprika, that sort of stuff. So it's easy to just basically pull it out your cabinet. And of course we have some all-purpose flour, self-rising flour, hopefully, right? But for this I use all-purpose flour. You pull it out your cabinet, guys, and you season your chicken, flour it lightly, shake off that excess flour, and you fry your chicken. And when you're done, you put it on a cooling rack, and then you make your sauces. And I know most of us, we have honey in the cabinet, and we also have barbecue sauce somewhere either in the cabinet or in the refrigerator, depending on how you house your barbecue sauce. Yes. So I figured, and kids, they like foods that taste delicious, but not complicated foods, if that makes sense. So with all of that being said, I'm gonna plate these 2 dishes. I'm gonna do a quick taste test and show you exactly what, or should I say, I'm gonna tell you exactly how everything tastes. So definitely continue watching. As you know, guys, I had to bring you up close and in person to get a close-up of these delicious wings, guys. Check out the barbecue wings. Wow, absolutely beautiful, coated to perfection. Guys, they're nice and crispy on the outside, nice and crunchy, and it has flavor in every bite. Not to mention the meat is so nice and moist. And that's what we're aiming for, of course. Crunchy on the outside and nice and juicy and moist on the inside. Let's talk about the honey wings, guys, for a second. As you can see, nice and absolutely golden brown, nice and crispy on the outside, and nice and juicy and moist on the inside as well. Not to mention the honey and that butter, perfect complement. Oh my God, melt in your mouth good. Absolutely delicious, guys. We are back and it's taste test time, yes. And we have our honey wings right here. And we also have our honey barbecue wings right here as well. And it's about that time, guys. We are gonna dig in without further ado. And I am gonna try the honey wings first. Just like I said, guys, flavor in every bite. Flavor in every single bite. Like you get that honey coating on the top, which is absolutely delicious. And from the meat, you get that seasoning that we added from the smoked paprika, as well as everything else. And the brown black pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and a tad bit of salt that we added. This is what chicken is supposed to taste like. Or at least honey chicken wings. It's so delicious, guys. Trust me, I know your little ones, they're gonna fall in love with this. They might ask you to like literally make this every single day because you know kids, for some odd reason, some of the kids, they don't get tired of certain foods easily. They would eat the same thing over and over. Pizza, pizza, mozzarella sticks, mozzarella. And honestly, guys, it has that crunch. Who knows how to eat chicken, right? Me, I do. Cleaned it down to the bone. That's how good it is. This is definitely finger licking good, guys. Absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious. Wow. I mean, flavor in every single bite. Flavor in every bite, guys. Absolutely delicious. I am gonna leave the full recipe details, guys. And like I said, when it comes to the sauces, just add accordingly to the amount of chicken that you have, and you should be good to go. I'm gonna try my best to leave a measurement for that as well. But like I said, it's just more so pertaining to the amount that you have. That's all. It's nothing to it but to do it. It's not hard at all, guys, as you saw for yourself. You witnessed me make it. And like I said before, it's absolutely tasty and delicious. Your little ones, they're gonna definitely give you a big kiss and a big hug because it's so good. And also, like I said, for the little ones, pair this with mac and cheese, or you could also pair it with mashed potatoes. Let's see what else. You can pair it with mozzarella sticks, and you can even pair it with, guess what, guys, pizza, or whatever else your little one may prefer, or whatever they may like. Anyway, guys, I'm cooking with Tammy. I'm Tammy, of course. And thank you so much for joining me, and I will catch you guys in another video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye, guys.